Yeah. That's a career reflection. Okay, so what I was thinking is we could record some little things where we talk about the guitars you have and your different stuff and everything, and kind of like put them into little memory blocks, because when I was 14 years old, it was
1775.
the 80s, and I don't really remember much of the stuff that I did or anything like that when I was 14. So chances are that when you are 17, you won't remember, because you have a shorter attention span due to the fact that it's currently 2023 and you're of that generation. So what I was thinking was we would talk about like different guitars and stuff that you have, and we would kind of like how you got them and stuff, and then we'll make little blocks of recordings out of it, and we'll put them on your YouTube, and I'll upload them up for you. Especially since tomorrow we should get like some of the first big parts for the Stratocaster that we're going to build. Mm-hmm. So since we're going to do that, and I'll try to record some stuff in that and everything, I thought what we could do is we could just record some videos of us talking about what you have now and where it came from and everything. So the first one we would start with, obviously, would be your, and I don't have a clue what year it is without, like, maybe if we took it apart, we could look at the headstock and, or at the bottom, not the headstock, the bottom of the neck, and there'd probably be a timestamp on it and everything. But you're currently modified with lights because why?
It hangs on the wall.
Because it currently hangs on the wall. So this is your first one that you got, right? Mm-hmm. This was the first one, and I got this for you sometime around when you were maybe 8 years old. And do you remember what we first tried to do with it?
We tried to hook it up to a TV, and I tried to play a game with it.
Yeah, which didn't go well. Which the game,
I didn't know it.
I don't remember what the game's called, but
Guitar Hero, something like that.
No, yeah, it's not Guitar Hero, but it's one of those ones. I think you hook it up to an Xbox and you try to play like Guitar Hero type stuff to help learn and everything. Probably right now, if you had that game,
I'd love it.
You'd crush it. Which I think there's a new version of it that's supposed to be coming out, because Mr. Eric was talking about it recently, and the new version is maybe compatible with your Mac, and we could hook it up and then you could play the game. You'd probably crush it now and it would help you learn, but right now it's modified with the lights so that it can hang on the thing. And I hand it to you because I don't know how to do anything with it at all. Can you even play it anymore? We were looking earlier at it, like how it feels and everything. What I'll do is I've got my other camera here so that I can record. And these little mini strats from Squier, they still make these, and at the time I paid 60 bucks, I think, used from somebody. Her son was probably about your age at the time. They had aspirations that he was going to learn to play, but he didn't really pick it up and have an interest. And probably because they didn't get lessons, because that's what we learned very quickly, is that you needed lessons. So after a few years of you not playing this at all, I decided maybe we would go and get you some lessons. So that's when we got your first guitar teacher, Krista, right? And Krista's primary influence was, she played mostly acoustic. Did she play like a lot of Christian music, I guess? Was that kind of her world of things? I don't even know what style of music she played.
I don't know what style of music she played. I don't think she ever really explained what type of music she played.
Yeah, she didn't really talk about styles of music or anything, but she taught, what was the primary thing that you learned from Krista that kind of got you going along the way?
Bar chords and basic open chords. So like G major, D major, A major, E minor, and then bar chords. The G, A, B, C, and then just learning all the scales from her.
Which I know when you first switched over to your current teacher, Sejan, which you guys are coming up on 1 year of working together, she was like really surprised you had learned all that. She was surprised that you knew all that. She was happy with it, and it made it flow better. And the basics of this guitar, which I think it's interesting now in getting ready to build the Strat that we're going to build, that you've had a chance to play different guitars and kind of got a feel for them, and now you've figured out certain things you like. Like you seem to like the rosewood fretboards more, and without looking up the specs on it, I would bet money this is probably a rosewood fretboard or something close to rosewood. And these are probably medium jumbo frets. I know that from just fooling around with stuff. It's probably a plastic nut. Other than that, though, I mean, it's a good little guitar. It is a hardtail, which you don't use tremolos very much. No. So that's something we're going to incorporate into the new Strat that we're going to build. And then this one just had the 2 adjustments, one for volume, one for tone. And I don't even know if the tone actually affects all 3 of the pickups or not. I almost would bet it only affects maybe the neck pickup or something. I'd either have to look at the specs, or we'd have to hook it up and kind of play it on an amp to hear it. What's up with the stickers?
I dropped it on hard concrete floor. Mm-hmm. And then I patched up with air dry clay.
Yeah, which was a good fix. And it didn't affect it at all. You played just fine with it. I remember you were really nervous when you dropped it, and I came down and looked at it, and you were upset. It wasn't even that you dropped it, really.
No, the strap came off of it because the strap was just not a good strap, which then influenced me to get locking straps.
Yeah.
Strap locks.
Yeah, we use strap locks now. Yeah. Use I think it's the Dario version, or the Dario. I can't remember how it is, but one of those. Yeah. Yeah. Typical. It's got a real thick. I think it's supposed to be a 3-ply pick guard. It may just be a thick pick guard that kind of simulates a 3-ply. And then, like I said, no tremolo on this model. Pretty simple little guitar, and one that you've now had again since you were. I can look back. I want to say it was 2017. How old would you have been in 2017? 7, 8, something like that. Is that right? Yeah. 2016 you would have been 8, so 2017, yeah. So it's 8 or 9 years old, something like that. And played it for. You played that from January the 20th when you first started taking lessons of 2022, all the way through when you turned. Would have been last year when you turned 14, right? So that was probably. I think you probably used that guitar probably in January to September. So 7, 8 months before you started realizing it was
too short.
A little short for you at that point, just because you've gotten older. A great little guitar for younger children, and then also just keeping in mind that the scale's kind of shorter and everything for younger kids. But one thing you noticed was the action was a little high, which you've gotten where you can play it a little bit better now. I think that's just because you've gotten used to playing acoustic and just a lot of different guitars. But yeah, definitely something to consider. So yeah, we'll just kind of save this one. This is the first of several videos we'll make. How's that work? Cool. And then we'll start recording as we make the Strat and upload those videos too. All right.